Hey guys, welcome to my write-up. This is going to be a video write-up for the transformation challenge that's hosted on the picoGym. It's an easy reverse engineering challenge from picoCTF 2021. The description reads, I wonder what this really is. Then it links this ENC file, followed by this encryption algorithm. So I've already downloaded the ENC file. If I do file ENC, see it's a text file. And if we cat the contents of it, we see it's a pretty long string. If we look at the decryption algorithm, or the encryption algorithm, I should say, and paste it into a Python file so we get some syntax highlighting, we see this pretty clustered one-liner. And so to kind of break it down, I'm going to copy the inside of it. And what basically join does is it takes words in a list and cats them together, concatenates them together. So for example, if you have a list with two words such as hello, world, join basically puts them together into one string, so it'll become hello world. If we take the contents of whatever is on the inside of that join statement, you get this. And to make it a little bit more readable, I'm gonna put this for statement above to make it into 2 lines. And looking at this code, it's much more readable. So we have for I in range, from 0 to the length of the flag and incrementing it by 2. So I is going to be incrementing by 2. So it's going to start from 0, 2, 4, 6, and so on until it reaches the length of the flag. We're going to be doing this encryption algorithm. And so it starts off with getting the ORD of the index we're currently looking at. So ORD is basically getting the Unicode number of the character. So for example, if it were capital A, it would evaluate to 65. Um, after that, after it shifts it to the left by 8, we're also adding the Unicode character or the Unicode number of the next index. And so once it does that addition, it's converting it to character. And once it converts it to a character, it then puts it in a list where the list is later joined together by this join statement. And that basically creates that really long string that we saw. So to better visualize this encryption algorithm, let's say we have a flag that starts with A, capital A and capital B. So A is 65 in decimal, B is 66, and those evaluate to these in binary. So the first part of that encryption algorithm, the left side, we're taking the flag or the current index we're looking at, and we're shifting that to the left by 8. And so when you shift to the left by 8, you're basically adding 8 zeros to the right of it. And so when you add B, which is the next character, that's the I plus 1, you're basically putting whatever that value is into those first 8 bits now. And so as a result, you get the first encryption character. So as you see here, the left 8 bits are going to be the first character, and the right 8 bits are going to be the second character. And those combined make the first encryption character. So now that we have this really big number, how do we decrypt it so that we get the first and second character? So to get the first plaintext character, it's pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is just simply shift it to the right by 8. When we shift to the right by 8, we discard the right 8 bits, and then the left 8 bits become the new number. And so as a result, that becomes 0100, 0001. That becomes 65 in decimal, which is A. And to get the second plaintext character, what we're going to do is mask it, and we're going to mask it with only keeping the rightmost 8 bits. And so to do that, we're going to mask it with 8 ones, and so that evaluates to uh, decimal 66, which equals B. So now to code the decryption. So I'm just going to comment these out. So the first step is to read that encrypted file. So we're going to do with open enc, and we're going to read it as file. What we're going to do is save it as encrypted text. And let's go print it out just to make sure we're reading it correctly. Cool. So it's reading that ENC file correctly. So now what we're going to do we're going to loop through all of these encrypted characters so far I in range of the length of encrypted text. Get the first character. Remember, we're going to basically be bit shifting this by 8. So we're going to take the Unicode number of it, so ORD of encrypted text I. That we bit shifted by 8. I'm going to make a list that contains all the characters that we've found. So I'm going to put flag char list this. And then we're going to append whatever this calculates to, whatever first char calculates to. So flag char list, append. Before we append it, we also have to convert it back to character. So I'll do chr, parentheses, first character. And to get the second character, we're going to do something similar. We're going to do ORD of encrypted text I, so getting the Unicode character. And to do the masking, we use the AND operand, and then to specify 8 ones in binary, we do 0b followed by 8 ones. After that, we're gonna append it to the char list. And so we got the first and second character just by looking at the encrypted text. And that's going to be looping through all of the characters in that ENC file. And so at the end of it, once we have all the characters, we're going to join them together. So we're going to do flag join of flag char list. So this is taking all the characters in this list and combining them together into one string. And we could just print this out. So if we run it, we get the flag. Thanks for watching.